Okay, so let's talk about this thing that happens. We live in this world, right? And it's always pushing us, like, strive for more, get the promotion, grow the business.
Yeah, achieve, achieve, achieve.
Exactly. But then here's the weird part. That success, when it actually shows up, maybe the big job offers, lands, or you get that amazing contract. Instead of just pure joy, there's often this other feeling, like a knot in your chest, maybe even a little whisper of guilt.
Oh, definitely. That feeling, we call that the humility trap. It's this really powerful, often kind of hidden belief in our culture.
What belief is that?
It tells you, basically, if you want to be authentic or grounded or, spiritual, you've got to stay small, unseen, and definitely not ambitious.
Okay.
So our mission in this deep dive today is to really unpack that paradox. We want to tear down that false choice, and show you how you can actually build a real bridge between being present and, well, being successful, maybe even profitable.
Let's make it super real for a listener. Imagine you just got offered a major promotion. Or maybe you're launching something big, something you really believe in.
Okay.
But then that voice pops up, like, who am I to take up this much space? Or what if people think I'm just showing off? Or being greedy?
Yeah, that script runs deep for a lot of people.
And before you know it, you're hesitating. You start downplaying what you did, or you accept less money, or you stay quiet when really you should be stepping up.
That hesitation,
Yeah.
that is the modern paradox in action. It's got self-effacement totally confused with actual virtue.
So making yourself small is seen as good.
Exactly. We see so many people kind of retreat from the spotlight or even consciously turn down power, thinking they're being humble. But honestly, when you dig into why they're retreating, it's often not wisdom, it's fear. Fear of being judged, fear of messing up, maybe even fear of the responsibility that comes with having influence.
That really hits the core question, though, doesn't it? If we're shrinking because we're scared, is that actually helping anyone? Does being invisible make you a quote-unquote good person?
Well, not if you look at ancient wisdom. In many spiritual traditions, true humility isn't passive at all. It's actually quite active, quite robust.
Oh, so?
Take Buddhism, for instance. There's this concept, hiri. It often gets translated as like moral shame or conscience.
Hiri. Okay.
But hiri isn't about hating yourself. It's more like an inner compass, a deep sensitivity that stops you from doing things that would harm yourself or someone else.
Okay, so that's different. It's not feeling bad because you succeeded. It's feeling bad because you genuinely did something wrong, ethically.
Exactly. That's the key difference. Feeling genuine regret for unethical actions, that's true hiri. Feeling embarrassed just because you stood out, that's often just false modesty, driven by cultural conditioning and fear.
Got it.
True humility. It's more like this quiet confidence. You know your worth, you know what you're capable of, but you don't need to shout about it or inflate your ego by putting others down. Think of like a giant redwood tree.
Okay.
It's massive, right? Solid. It has a huge impact on everything around it. But it's not yelling, look how tall I am. Its presence just is. It's undeniable.
And when we mix up that kind of quiet, strong presence with just being invisible, we're essentially robbing the world of whatever unique thing we have to offer. We're dimming our own light because we think it makes others more comfortable.
That image, dimming the light, it leads perfectly into this powerful metaphor, the lotus flower.
Ah, I love the lotus analogy.
Right. It's rooted way down in the mud, the murky stuff, the struggle, the complexity of life. But then it rises up through the water and blooms brilliantly. Just radiates. And it does it without apologizing.
It doesn't worry if the other plants feel bad about its bloom.
Exactly. The lotus doesn't dim its own beauty because it's afraid others might feel inadequate. It just fulfills its nature. It blooms.
So our talents, our vision, our ability to create value, that's our lotus.
That's your lotus. And keeping it stuck down in the mud out of some confused idea of humility, that's not virtuous. It's actually, well, it's a failure to live out your own nature.
Okay, but let's bring it back to that knot in the chest. That feeling is real. What's happening inside psychologically when we push down that genuine ambition?
Yeah, modern psychology has a term for this. Introjected regulation.
Introjected regulation. Okay, break that down.
Basically, when you suppress your real goals, the things you genuinely want to do, because you're afraid of standing out or being judged, your motivation gets kind of hijacked.
Hijacked how?
You start being driven by guilt or anxiety or this need to prove yourself instead of being pulled by real purpose or joy.
Can you give an example? Like, what does that look like at work?
Oh, sure. It's maybe the person who's always taking on extra work, stuff they don't get paid for, not because they love it, but because deep down there's this script playing. like I haven't really earned my keep yet, or I need to suffer a bit to show I'm worthy of being here, is totally unsustainable.
Leads straight to burnout, I bet.
Absolutely. Burnout, resentment, and zero inner peace, ironically. You end up trading your own authenticity just for like temporary approval.
And if we connect that kind of shrinking behavior back to the bigger picture, the spiritual side, it starts to sound a lot like what people call spiritual bypassing, doesn't it?
Totally.
Like we dress it up in fancy words, pretending that avoiding abundance is somehow holy, when really it might just be fear of taking responsibility.
Precisely. And where does this usually show up most intensely?
Money.
Money.
Yeah.
Always money. How does a teacher or a healer or anyone whose work feels sacred, how do they make money from that without feeling like a sellout, like they're betraying their values?
That really is the dilemma for so many people, especially those in wellness or creative fields or trying to run ethical businesses. We're almost taught that money and spirit are enemies.
We absolutely need to shift how we see this. Financial growth, and this is key, when it's rooted in integrity, in clarity, in ethical service.
Yeah.
It's not separate from your spiritual life. It's actually an extension of it.
An extension.
Yeah. Think about it. Money itself is just energy. It's neutral. It's a tool for exchange, for impact, for providing care. When you earn more, wisely and ethically, you don't just help yourself.
Right, you can support others too.
You can support your family without that constant stress.
Yeah.
You can fund projects that heal your community. You can give generously without burning yourself out in the process.
I hear you saying money is energy, and conceptually I get it. But, for someone who's really struggling, maybe trying to make rent, money doesn't feel like neutral energy. It feels heavy, stressful, like survival.
That's a really important point. It's a real-world pressure. The shift, the reframe, comes from where you put your focus.
Yeah.
Instead of scrambling to get money because you need it, you focus on providing value that aligns with who you are. And this connects directly to another concept from the Buddhist path, sama-ajiva, right livelihood.
Right livelihood. Tell us more, because I think a lot of people hear that and assume it means you have to be poor or like avoid business altogether.
Not at all. It simply means earning your living in a way that doesn't cause harm and ideally actively contributes to well-being. But here's the twist people often miss.
Okay.
The real enemy isn't success or money. It's unconsciousness.
Unconsciousness.
Yeah, you could be earning millions, but if you do it mindfully, ethically, and you use those resources to build something positive, support others. That is right livelihood.
Yeah.
On the flip side, you could have very little money but still be acting from greed or unconscious habits. The virtue isn't in the bank balance, it's in the awareness you bring to the whole exchange.
That makes sense. And we even see this in like historical examples, right? Didn't the Buddha have wealthy followers?
Absolutely. Think of Anathapindika. He wasn't some monk living in a cave. He was a hugely successful merchant, one of the Buddha's main supporters.
What did he do?
The stories say he spent vast sums literally covering the ground with gold coins to buy land for monasteries, to support the monks and nuns, the whole community.
Wow.
Yeah. And his success wasn't seen as like a problem or a distraction from his spiritual path. It was seen as a platform for it. He turned wealth into merit through really mindful, dedicated stewardship. That same potential for transformation, it's available to us too.
Okay, so that leads us right into the practical side. How does mindfulness, that awareness you mentioned, help us untangle that first reaction, that knot of guilt, when we even think about stepping into our worth?
Well, when we practice awareness, just sitting and observing our minds, we start to actually see those limiting thoughts clearly. Things like,
Like what?
I shouldn't want more, or money always corrupts people, or it's just safer if I stay small. We start seeing these not as facts, but as sankharas.
Sankharas, those mental formations, right? Like ingrained patterns or beliefs.
Exactly. They're mental habits, often picked up from our culture, our families, shaped by collective fears. Give me some common money sankharas people might recognize.
Oh, maybe like, if I get successful, my old friends won't like me anymore. Or rich people are automatically selfish. Or that classic one, you have to struggle and suffer to deserve anything good.
Perfect examples.
Yeah.
Those aren't ultimate truths about reality.
Yeah.
They're just programs running in the background. Mindfulness lets us see them, observe them, without automatically believing they are us or define us.
Okay, so this is where we apply it in that really tricky moment, like when you're negotiating your salary or trying to set your prices for your service.
Yes.
Instead of just reacting from those old scripts, don't be greedy, or just take what they offer, be grateful, you pause, maybe take 3 deep breaths.
That pause, that's everything. It's your superpower. in that little space of awareness, you can sidestep the fear-based reaction and ask yourself some different questions.
Like what?
Like, what value am I genuinely offering here? What level of income would actually allow me to do this work sustainably, feeling fully resourced without burning myself out? See how that reframes it?
Yeah, it shifts from what can I get to what exchange supports sustainable service.
Exactly. It moves it away from self-centered grasping towards mutual sustainable value. Because when you align your income with the impact you actually have, you're reinforcing a really core, healthy belief inside yourself. I am capable. I am worthy of this exchange. What I contribute actually matters.
And the flip side must be true too then. Every time we deliberately undercharge or accept less than we know is fair because we're uncomfortable,
you're sending a little message, chipping away at your own sense of worth. It's like a silent erosion. Financial clarity isn't about arrogance. It's a form of radical self-respect. It's about being honest about the energy exchange. Integrity is the bridge. That's what connects deep inner peace with real-world outer success.
Okay, so let's take this even further. Integrating success fully into a life of service. This sounds like it connects to the ideal of the Bodhisattva in Mahayana Buddhism.
Absolutely it does. The Bodhisattva ideal isn't about retreating from the world. It's about radical engagement with the world to help all beings wake up.
And you can't really help effectively if you're depleted or struggling yourself.
Precisely. To serve powerfully, you need to be resourced. So financial and professional growth, seen through this lens, isn't a betrayal of the spiritual path. It's actually an expansion of your ability to walk it effectively. There's a term for this too, upaya.
Upaya, what does that mean?
Skillful means using whatever tools are available, ethically and wisely, to achieve the goal in this case, serving others and alleviating suffering. Accumulating resources, when done ethically, becomes the very infrastructure that allows for broader, more meaningful impact.
So maybe the goal isn't so much chasing success for its own sake, defining ourselves by it.
Right.
But more about just stopping blocking the success that naturally wants to flow when we act with integrity and offer our gifts.
Yes, exactly that. And when that success comes, and it's stewarded, used wisely. Used to fund scholarships maybe, or set up charitable projects, create healing spaces in the community, it transforms. It becomes a really tangible, powerful way of doing good in the world. The deepest shift, I think, is realizing that true humility isn't about denying your light at all. It's about remembering the light isn't yours alone.
Yes. It's remembering that the light, the talent, the energy, it flows through you. You're the channel, not the ultimate source. And when you let go of the shame, the false modesty, you just allow yourself to fulfill your purpose. Like the sun. The sun doesn't apologize for shining brilliantly, does it? It just shines.
Wow, that's a powerful shift. Moving from shrinking out of fear to expanding out of a sense of service and flow. Okay, we've covered so much ground today, from ancient ideas like higher aid to modern psychology. We really want you, the listener, to sit with this central question. That modesty you feel you have to wear, is it really a shield protecting you? Or is it actually a barrier holding you back from your biggest contribution? And maybe let this provocative thought settle in too. What if the real spiritual failing isn't having too much? What if it's actually giving too little? Because you were too afraid to fully receive and embrace your own value, your own worth.
The world doesn't need you to play small. It doesn't need you quieter or more depleted. It needs you whole. It needs you to bring your full awareness, your integrity, your sustainable energy to every part of your life. And yes, that includes your success. It needs you to finally, fully say yes to your own worth